The quantum resonance scanner in Maya Rodriguez's neural implant detected the anomaly the moment she entered the orbital cafe. The readings were impossible, energy signatures that defied every law of thermodynamics she'd studied in her xenobiology doctorate. The source sat alone in a corner table, appearing human except for the subtle shimmer around his edges, like heat distortion in vacuum. His metabolic heat signature registered at absolute zero. Maya ordered her usual synthetic caffeine compound and noticed the stranger struggling with the payment terminal. The biometric scanner flashed red repeatedly, rejecting whatever genetic markers it detected. She watched him pat empty pockets, his frustration evident despite his alien composure. "Payment declined again?" Maya approached, her curiosity overriding her training in first contact protocols. "I can cover it." The being looked up with eyes that held depth she couldn't measure, not metaphorically, but literally. Her implant's distant sensors failed to find the back wall of those dark pupils. "That is unnecessary. I possess sufficient resources. Just not in a format the terminal recognizes." Maya smiled, transferring credits from her account. "Happens to off-worlders all the time. What brings you to Luna Station?" He accepted the steaming cup with hands that generated their own gravitational field. Maya's implant detected the micro-distortions in space-time around his fingers. "I am conducting interviews." "Job hunting?" "The mining consortium's always looking for specialists." She sat across from him, her scientific mind cataloging anomalies. His coffee didn't steam in the low-pressure atmosphere. The liquid remained at precisely 72 degrees Celsius without any visible heating elements. "Not employment. Succession." He sipped the coffee, and Maya's thermal sensors registered the liquid disappearing into what appeared to be a pocket dimension within his throat. "I rule a civilization spanning 14 star systems. Time grows short, and I require an heir who understands both power and compassion." Maya laughed, then stopped when her implant confirmed no deception markers in his biorhythms. "You're serious?" "Deadly so. Your species calls us dragons in your mythologies, though we are far older and more complex than your stories suggest. We evolved to harness quantum forces the way your cells process glucose." His form flickered, revealing scales that bent light around them like metamaterials. "I have observed you, Dr. Rodriguez. Your research on symbiotic consciousness, your work bridging organic and digital intelligence, it demonstrates the synthesis my empire requires." "This is insane!" But Maya's implant was recording measurable tachyon emissions from his cellular structure, faster than light particles that suggested he existed partially outside normal spacetime. "Even if you're what you claim to be, why would I?" "Because your planet dies in 47 years when your sun's magnetic field destabilizes. Your scientists know, but hide the truth to prevent panic. I can relocate every human to worlds where they will thrive." His eyes held galaxies now. Literally, Maya's optical sensors detected distant starlight within his irises. "All I ask is that you learn to rule with wisdom." Maya's hand trembled around her cup. The neural link to Earth's scientific databases confirmed it. Classified reports about solar anomalies, mass extinction projections, desperate terraforming projects. "How do you know about the solar crisis?" "We have watched civilizations rise and fall for eons." "Your species shows promise, but time is finite." He stood, his mass creating measurable gravitational lensing in the cafe's atmosphere. "The choice is yours, Dr. Rodriguez. Return to your laboratory and pursue futile solutions to an unsolvable problem, or join me in ensuring your people's survival." Maya stared at the impossible being who had materialized from her deepest fears and wildest hopes. Her coffee had gone cold, but his remained at the perfect temperature, a small miracle that somehow convinced her more than all his cosmic demonstrations. "When do we start?" The Dragon Emperor smiled, and for a moment, Maya glimpsed the vast loneliness of immortal power, the crushing weight of decisions that determine the fate of worlds. She understood then why he sought not just an heir, but a companion in the terrible burden of absolute authority. "We already have," he said, and the stars themselves seemed to listen.